Higher Ground Empowerment Center is a small church in the heart of Atlanta's Vine City, the neighborhood Martin Luther King Jr. once called home. Dexter Johnson grew up in the historic church and became pastor in 1994.
God has blessed me with a wonderful group of people that love God, love ministry, and they love their pastor.
Higher Ground actually began back in 1903. Its name then was Mount Gilead Baptist Church. But in 2009, God moved the pastor and the congregation to change the name to Higher Ground. The new name marked the church's rise from the ruins after a tornado knocked down its steeple, ripped off its roof, and left the congregation without a sanctuary for more than a year.
There was a storm that came through Atlanta in March of 2008, and it shook the foundation of our church.
Now the church could lose its renovated building in a legal storm. Due to fewer members, less giving, and a decline in property value, the church can't pay its $1 million mortgage.
They want their property. They want us out. And there is no more negotiation with the bank. They want us out now.
Higher Ground's case is still playing out in court, but it only takes a short drive.
The bank padlocked their building on last Thursday.
To find churches with foreclosure notices and locked doors.
I need to cry.
Pastor Darrell Winston found his church's belongings dumped in the parking lot last July.
It's just been for us a major learning curve, and we've spent our energy and time partnering and working with other churches to make sure no church has to go through what we've gone through.
More than 100 churches are up for sale in Metro Atlanta. About a third are foreclosed properties.
No lender wants to be known as the folks that kicked the church out, and I don't blame them.
Rick Arzette is known for his ability to close church deals in the area. But even bargains like this are hard to move in this market. The bank is asking for about half what the church building is worth.
I would say last year was the worst year. It was a complete struggle to get anything done.
One result, this veteran realtor has turned into a bit of a finance teacher for preachers.
The Lord's in charge, and the Lord's going to take over. But the Lord said, go get a goal, go write it down, make a plan on how you're going to make it happen, and run it like a business. And it says that in the Bible. It may not say it that way, but that's what it says.
Business Sense led a church in suburban Atlanta to put its building on the market a year ago, even without the threat of foreclosure.
We could afford to pay those bills, and that was all we could do. So this set us free.
The Rolling Hills Baptist Church mortgage was nearly paid off when Pastor Frank Mercer asked his congregation to sell its church home and use the proceeds to fund more missions work at home and abroad.
Did your congregation think you were crazy?
Yes. But we have a pretty crazy congregation.
The church is on the road during the week with more than 55 missions projects completed this year. Members meet at this movie theater for Sunday service. It's a concept Mercer thinks may grow as the number of church foreclosures climbs in Georgia, California, Michigan, Florida, Texas, and other states.
Well, I don't necessarily mean that every church should sell their property. But I will say that for us, it would have been sin not to.
Back in Vine City, Pastor Johnson prays for a brighter future for the 108-year-old church.
And we've been standing on God's word. We're not going anywhere. We are planted on higher ground.
But it will take a $600,000 miracle to keep the building open. Ephraim Graham, CBN News, Atlanta, Georgia.